Hey,
Great start. Don't cut. Hey, welcome to Inconceivable. Nope, that's not what it's called.
this is spiraled. Hey there, you're listening to Inconceivable Reviews. Another special episode, actually. I'm here with part of the Inconceivable Reviews team, Kevin.
Hello.
And Charnstar.
That is I.
And you know what? We decided this year we've hit 100 written reviews on our website. Why not celebrate?
Woo-hoo.
Yes.
What are you wooing about, Kevin? You haven't done any of them.
Hey, I was there. I saw most of those movies.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yes, you have seen many of the films.
That is why Chanel isn't part of this one, because she vetoed out of a lot of the movies I reviewed.
She can hear us talk about it.
She'll know what she was missing out on, I guess.
Yes. At the end of this. The award season is coming up. It's coming real soon. And I thought, let's beat them to the chase.
No.
Let's get in first so that when it comes to the Oscars and people are getting nominated and they're winning awards, the people can say they won them here at Inconceivable Reviews first.
No, that is a good point, because there are no other awards for the last year.
Yeah.
This is great. I'm
Yes.
loving it.
What do we send them? A sticker?
I feel like they're just going to win the privilege and honor.
How can we get their contact details to send them a sticker? That's my...
That is a good question. But yeah, anyway, so 100 films. We're going to be giving out some awards today. Now, Charnstar and I we've come up with a list of questions and we've come up with our own answers. We have no idea what each other's responses are, so we're going to fight hard for each of our respective answers to be the winner.
Yeah, that sounds right. I will say, first up, just getting argumentative right off the gate, getting prepared. If there were 10 categories, we could have called this 10 films I hate about you still.
Bad producing.
We messed
Cancel
up.
the show.
We came up with 18 categories. Why did we do that?
17.
Yeah, I was going to say, I only have 17 films, so I have to wing it.
No, I'm just keeping
Or
you on
maybe
your
there's
toes.
an 18th secret one.
Now you have to spend the whole time thinking of an 18th one to throw me off guard.
Yeah, just throw it in at the end. So, I guess a little bit of a spoiler warning. I'm not going to hold back today. When I'm arguing my points, everything's on the table. So, just look out. I feel like most of the films we're going to be talking about are not great.
Yeah, mate. Some of them genuinely great.
How
Some of
about
them
we
less so.
try not to spoil anything that got higher than 50% on Rotten Tomatoes? Anything below 50%, fair game on spoilers.
Wait, let me just look up my first answer, because I genuinely don't know what it got on Rotten Tomatoes. Keep talking while I do this, though.
Yes, or we could check before we spoil.
Nah.
Or we just say spoilers every time we're going to say spoilers.
Just keep playing the intro music every time.
Yeah.
Alright, cue the intro music now. We are back, and I forgot to mention in the intro, Kevin is here. He's not going to be suggesting any movies, but he is going to be helping to mediate our arguments.
Nice way to say I'm not important.
Ultimately, Kevin, you're choosing the winner. You're choosing the winner for each award. You are the most important person in the room.
Oh, God.
Charnstar and I are just the plebs who nominate.
I feel slight bias here.
Towards you? Probably. Tell you that much.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't force Kevin to watch any of these bad movies.
Exactly.
True. See, Kevin,
Chancellor's now handing me $100 bill under the table.
you need to, have more of a Chanel approach. And just when I suggest you watch The Princess Switched Again, say, not today.
The PlayStation's plugged into the same TV you watch your movies on.
Oh yeah, we only have one TV.
Yeah, exactly. So I have no choice.
Sad story.
I hope you're keeping this TV when you get the new TV.
Yes.
If
Way
just so
ahead of
this
you.
can happen.
That will become the Kevin TV. Okay, award number 1.
First award is the best addresses a more economically developed country, first world Problem Award.
Yeah, it's the First World Problem Award, but we probably shouldn't say First World. So it's the award for the best address as a more economically developed country award.
It's not quite as, off the tongue sort of thing. It kind of jumbles all into one, but
Yeah. Shall I go first?
by all means.
This is one that I did review. She's a tall girl. It's Tall Girl.
Oh, the second one on your review list?
It was the first thing I ever reviewed, and I
remember that day.
Is it a problem? Is it a problem? I guess.
I see where you're coming from there. And it's genuinely, this is going to be a hard one to beat. Because my film is Tenet. Because,
Oh, baby.
as I couldn't understand from the dialogue but Googled later, it turns out that the reason Kenneth Branagh's wife can't leave him is because she sold him a fake painting but didn't know it was fake, but he knew it was fake, so he's got the fake painting locked away, and if she divorces him, he's going to tell everyone that she sold a fake painting, and that's a bad thing.
Oh
I
my
think.
word.
Thank you, Google.
Is that a subplot, or is that the main plot?
A bit of both.
Hey.
Right.
This is Tenet I'm
Interesting.
talking about here. Who knows?
Yeah, okay. I feel like that was such a good explanation, though, and all I said was,
She's
she's
tall.
a tall girl.
I mean, I feel like yours is more succinct. Mine is a little bit more convoluted.
I think that's what makes it a first world problem. Hence, Charnstar gets this one.
Oh.
Yes. Ah, man, Tenet is already winning awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan does it again.
Welcome to the award season, guys. Tenet.
Yeah,
Takes
this
out the
this is
first.
because Dark Knight didn't win Best Film. Finally, some comeuppance. He didn't win the Oscar. He got to win the Inconceivable Review Award for Best Address as a More Economically Developed Country Problem.
Well done
Perfect.
to you, Christopher Nolan. Second award,
Yes.
the Best Antagonist Award. This should be fun.
I'm interested in what you have for this.
This one was really, really hard for me,
Okay.
and I'm not going to lie, this is my only tie. I have a few
Ooh.
special mentions.
Hey.
I have a few special mentions mixed in, but this one I could not pick because there are two, and they're totally different genres. So, very seriously, Best Antagonist goes to The Invisible Man from The Invisible Man.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good antagonist. Can't even see him.
Yeah.
So good. So good he's invisible. But the tie is between The Invisible Man, which is very, very serious, and, oh my goodness, John Hamm, the Reverend Richard Wayne Gary Wayne from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
That is
Kimmy and the
fair.
Reverend. Yeah. John Hamm is just such a talented man, and he
Charismatic.
is hilarious.
I see that.
I still haven't played that. We've watched the TV show, but... So I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't have a tie. To be fair, runner-up, Invisible Man easily.
Uh-huh.
As a genuine, serious answer, Invisible Man wins.
Yeah.
No question. But as a less serious, silly answer, something you told me to watch, and I don't regret it at all, Chanel probably does, it's A Fall from Grace. When she walks in on him banging another woman, and he gets angry at her for walking in, that's villainy.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I see that.
And then the convoluted plot of the fact that they're all tied up. This definitely doesn't have more than 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not gonna Google, can guarantee.
It's a good one.
I feel like because we both mentioned The Invisible Man, let's just make it second. Like, we both
Yeah.
agree that Invisible Man second. So this is an argument between the Reverend Richard Wayne Gary Wayne and that guy.
I wish I Googled his name. Didn't bother Googling, just put the movie there. I knew you'd know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Before I say the winner, my notable one for this award is Donald Trump's dog from A Queen's Corgi. Similar to Charnstar's choice.
Best antagonist, though.
Yeah, well, scared the shit out of me, that dog. If I had to choose an award, it will go to that dog.
I
It
see
is
that.
currently sitting on Netflix, and it is tempting. Chanel has stopped me every time. I can't thank her enough.
Chanel is a wise woman.
But look, I'm a John Hamm fan, so Katie gets this one.
Ah, John Hamm wins!
Not the Invisible Man,
Let's reach
but
out
John
to him.
Hamm.
Yeah, fair.
Not even the Reverend, just John Hamm himself.
Yeah, just John Hamm.
Best antagonist.
Yeah, well, he did well in Baby Driver.
Yeah.
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 Next award is the worst antagonist award.
Yeah. Who was an antagonist but wasn't good at it? I don't know. This is open to interpretation. What could this mean? Who have you got, Charnstar?
Well, crazy idea. So I was thinking about going with the villain from The Babysitter. Haven't checked Rotten Tomatoes, but it is revealed in the first like 10 minutes.
Oh, well then say it.
That the love interest from the first movie is secretly the villain in the second movie because she wants more followers on Instagram.
Ooh.
It is dumb and terrible, but you know what? I couldn't go with that because it was standing out to me the whole time. Follow me here.
Yeah.
A Fall from Grace. The same character.
Close, but I didn't pick A Fall from Grace. I know.
I was so sure
know.
you would have picked it for worst.
I did not, sadly, but I see that. I see that. That is a good suggestion. I went special mention. Special mention has to go to Sam Heughan. Now, we mentioned Sam Heughan last week, but his villain in Bloodshot,
Oh, right.
spitting gum everywhere
Oh, that
all the
was-
time, worst.
Yeah.
You are the worst, Sam Heughan.
Who would have thought that he would do something worse than...
Prince Ashton, you've
Yeah.
come so far. Spitting your gum out on the ground.
Jamie.
But no, my actual response to this one is David from Fatal Affair, which I often get confused with A Fall from Grace, but he was the fellow who would always wear baseball caps and would just I wish this wasn't an audio format, because he would literally just creep up behind people like I am doing now to Kevin and just appear, and was just generally bad at everything he did.
I'm going to admit, when I was like, I know it's this movie, and I scrolled through the list that we had done, and those are very close to each other,
They
and
are.
I got confused as to which one it was. And when you just mentioned a fatal, what's it called?
Fatal Affair.
A Fatal Affair, I got worried again. I was like, oh no, did I say the wrong one? No, I definitely meant A Fall from
No,
Grace.
no, because this is how I actually came across all of those extras again. I had to open the reviews to remind myself which film was which, and then I came across all the extras who ate air in the cafe in A Fall from Grace.
Yeah. Oh,
Or Fatal Affair.
I'm
It
pretty
was
sure
one
it's
of
Fall from
them.
Oh god, this is the worst category ever.
And who is the winner, Kev?
I'm confused.
Well, you've got David from Fatal Affair, or you've got the antagonist from A Fall from Grace.
Well, the way Charnstar, I didn't see the movie. The way Charnstar described that antagonist.
In Babysitter 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, anyone who wants Instagram followers and makes a life out of it, not our page, but anyone else, yeah, you suck. So Charnstar gets this one.
So don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And we'll
those things.
do a deal with the devil, kill some kid for some reason, and then plot twist, not really.
All right, next award.
Yep.
All right, still have PTSD from the last episode here. The Greatest Christmas Film Award.
We have to specify this only is
I know.
our first 100 reviews, so sadly we cannot
Look, I
pick
have a favorite.
Christmas
surprisingly
for the
enough.
Prince, Prince for Christmas, no, a princess
A prince
for
in
Christmas.
a prince in a Christmas prince.
Yeah, we can't pick any of those.
I can at least choose Christmas Prince 3, A Royal Wedding.
I am
I'm
actually...
not going to, but I could.
I'm jealous of you in this category, Charnstar, because you are our official Inconceivable Reviews Christmas film reviewer. So when I looked down the list of Christmas films, I think I'd only seen one or two of them, and you had seen, I don't even know, 10%. 10% of our entire 100 reviews was Charnstar's Christmas films.
Gonna say, not a great thing. I'm not entirely glad that that's the case, but at least I had an actual good movie to pick this time.
Hey, all right, who you got, Katie?
Well, the one and only Christmas film that I reviewed, Last Christmas, which, you know what, actually scored quite poorly on Rotten Tomatoes, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was...
I feel like it was a movie that you could just enjoy, and I feel like maybe, I haven't looked, but was it the critics' response that didn't like it?
Yeah.
Because I can see why the critics wouldn't like it, but it was still a fun movie.
Yeah,
It was.
it was. It was fun, and it was heartwarming, and it was all the
You're pandering to
beautiful
me here.
things that you want at Christmas
I
time.
mean, I will point out that the ghost is a bit of a dickhead. Seeming the ghost knew he was a ghost. Why did he tell her to change and cover her up when no one can see him? He knows he's a ghost.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I personally didn't give it to Last Christmas.
Yeah, okay.
I actually gave it to Klaus, the 2D/3D blend of animation that's a Netflix original. Genuinely really great Christmas film. Very surprising at how good it was, especially because Netflix tends to be the new hallmark with things like A Christmas Prince, Princess Switched again. Can't wait for the fourth one where everyone's played by Vanessa Hudgens.
The night before Christmas?
Oh, yeah, the night before.
Something?
Yeah, no, I think it was The Night Before Christmas, which was a fun one, but no, genuinely, Klaus, great movie.
I enjoyed reading your review of Klaus. I still haven't gotten around to watching it, though.
Well, Christmas is coming up. I mean, it's past this point when this releases, but you have a chance.
True. I might do it.
Marvel in the amazing animation, which I'm still annoyed Disney didn't do anything with. Disney invented the 3D, 2D... I'm just getting real technical, guys.
No, go for it.
Disney created the 3D/2D animation style with the short Paperman. And then Frozen was meant to do that exact style, which would have been awesome, but they didn't go with it. And what that was going to be was specifically 3D animation with 2D drawn on top. Couple years later, Sony was like, well, let's use that same animation style, take it to the next level, and made Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is one of the most gorgeous films ever made. That animation is freaking amazing. Whereas Klaus went for the other version of that, where they did 2D animation. It's traditionally hand-drawn animation, but then all the shading is all 3D. So they created the models over them and lit them so it was 3D volumetric lighting. It's incredibly impressive that two different studios took this completely different approach to like a similar vein. But yeah, Disney still hasn't done anything. Get your stuff together, Disney.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Is it more time consuming?
Probably.
But the output is better.
The output is great. You know, I mean, that's why they've gone for 3D animation so much recently. You know, you're meant to combine the two. You already did a short and it was looking good. Disney. Disappointing.
I think with that argument, I think it goes to Charnstar.
Yeah.
Yes.
As much as I love Queen Daenerys herself, with that explanation, he just said why this movie's great.
Yeah, and you know there was no wham rap. There was no wham rap.
All right, the next award, the most horrifying moment award.
Yep. So many.
I'd like to see your interpretation of this. Go on.
We're getting into the really juicy awards now. These are the awards that the Oscars leave till last.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Sometimes they don't even do it. What are you doing, Oscars?
The people are missing out. All right, special mention. Special mention has to go to the cockroaches and cats.
Yep.
They were so...
Oh, God, I completely forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
How?
Thanks. Well, I repressed it.
Can you teach me the ways?
There were so many horrifying things in that movie. I was hard-pressed to choose one, but if I had to choose one, it had to be the cockroaches, because they were so big and there, and it was just... no. But they're just my special mention.
Oh, Lord.
The most horrifying moment award for me goes to the attempted rape that occurred in The Queen's Corgi, the children's film. So if you haven't read my review, and I thoroughly recommend you do so that you never ever watch The Queen's Corgi, which is now available on Netflix. Don't do it. Essentially, the Queen, she wants to make more corgis. Donald Trump comes to visit, and so there's this weird situation where Donald Trump's corgi is used to... No, I think Donald Trump wants more corgis. That's right. And so the Queen offers her corgi to Donald Trump to use so that his corgi can get pregnant.
Yes.
And what we have is a situation where Donald Trump's corgi and the Queen's corgi are in a room together, and basically Donald Trump's corgi is forcing herself onto the Queen's corgi. And there's this whole bit where the Queen's corgi is like, no, do you even know what no means? And then Donald Trump's corgi is like, I know what it means, but I don't care, or something to that effect. Like, there is clear acknowledgement, yes, I know that no means no, but I'm gonna keep on trying to have sex with you anyway. Do dogs, is that what, dogs have sex, right? Like, that's what it's called still? I don't know.
I mean, there's doggy style, so I
He said it.
Anyway, I was like, no, this sends a very bad message to children about consent. Like, I understand that it's a bit about Donald Trump. Like, I get, like, my adult brain understands that, but I'm like, this is not... audience for this film.
As someone who hasn't seen the Queen's Corgi, I do remember clearly when you guys showed us the one moment where Donald Trump tells his Corgi to grab him by the puppy.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
That's all I needed.
That's why that dog was my choice for, was it best or worst? Or whatever it was, antagonist award.
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
No, I like that pick.
It's
I
so
like that
yuck,
pick.
yuck.
Yeah, no,
Horrifying.
I totally understand, Kevin, if you go with this one, because personally didn't see the film, still haven't, probably won't, maybe will.
Good choice.
I also, well, I wasn't going for the cockroaches in Cats. I was going for the moment right after the cockroaches
Oh, excellent.
when Rebel Wilson unzips her dress, her skin, to reveal a dress.
Oh.
And then at the end of the movie, she does the same thing to get out of bounds. She's like tied up by ropes, and she unzips herself to be in the dress again. That shit scarred me.
Yeah.
But I feel like Cats was too much of an obvious choice for the more horrifying award. So I went for something that was genuinely horrifying.
So both of us gave special mentions to Cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cats wins the second prize award.
Yeah.
But the most horrifying moment for me was from Color Out of Space.
Uh-huh.
I think it was a very, not enough people watched this movie. You should go out and watch this movie. But be warned, it is horrifying. It took a lot of inspiration from The Thing, which was also inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. This is an adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft. Spoiler alert for the end. There is a scene where the mum, as the color takes the son, the mum runs up and hugs him, and then the mum and the son become fused as one homogeneous blob, and they're both lying down sideways on the couch. As the son cries out, the mum cries out, I cry out. I was in the cinema alone. There was literally no one else, and I was sobbing out of fear, out of horror. Brilliant filmmaking. I cannot watch that movie again because of that one scene. But everyone else, definitely watch it. Great times.
Yeah, so, what is worse?
Look, as much as sexual assault is scary, Charnstar was alone in that cinema, seeing that.
Yeah.
And he was horrified. So it was legit horrified award.
Yeah.
So he gets it.
Okay, I see that.
Next award. The most redundant plot point award.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Because this is a lot.
Would you like to take this one?
Well, I have a runner-up, but it's from the same movie. So the movie is A Night Before Christmas.
Oh, beautiful.
I really wanted to say the sad dad from A Night Before Christmas, which is, there's a dad who is sad, and at the very end, the knight gives him his kids Christmas presents, and they're happy. Has nothing to do with anything, but it happens. But then I remembered that there was an evil redhead who was also trying to win the affections, who just disappears literally during the sad dad scene. So I was like, ooh, is it sad dad or it is the evil... The sad dad, he kind of got, like, closure. There was closure to that story. Evil redhead, never seen again. So I have to go with the evil redhead from The Night Before Christmas.
Perfect. Well, mine, and I'm sure everyone's guessed it, I've posted about it on the Facebook page, and I think I showed you and Chanel, and I will speak about it to anyone who will listen.
Which
The
is all
most
of you fine people.
redundant plot point award has to go to Feel the Beat for the chicken fillet disaster. So, some contextual information, Feel the Beat. This girl, she returns to her hometown. She's training up this disastrous dance team to win some championship. And there's a teenage girl on the team. And they used to have a close relationship for some reason that I can't remember. I think there's an ex-boyfriend involved. I don't know. But anyway, they're in a barn. They're dancing. They're doing the dirty dancing lift. And this teenage girl, as she's being lifted into the air, her chicken fillet, like bra cup, comes out of her top, flops onto the ground, and everyone is agawk and stares, and then she falls out of the lift, cries, and runs out of the room into a field. And then, our protagonist, whatever her name is, chases the young girl into the field, but doesn't bother to take the chicken fillet with her, just leaves it there on the ground for all the people
Salmonella.
to stare at.
Yeah, you gotta wash your hands after picking that up,
And anyway,
Don't handle other food afterwards.
exactly. Maybe.
Gotta cook it all the way through. If it's pink in the middle,
Eey.
send it back.
here are these two girls out in the field, in a hug, tears, comfort, hard cut to another scene, and it is never spoken of ever again. Why?
I really want to argue for my film, but I genuinely didn't know that wasn't the main character that happened to. It's a side character?
Yeah, it's a side character.
Oh, yeah, Kevin, you have to give it to her. Sorry.
Yeah. Nah.
I
When she explained it to me, I was like, why are you telling me this? So I think that just seals the deal there.
It's just so redundant. It adds nothing.
Hey, it just probably says, take care of your chicken fillets, ladies.
Congratulations, Feel the Beat. You have won.
Excellent. Next award. The biggest eye roll award. Oh, she just rolled her eyes.
I did. I looked at my response and I rolled my eyes instantly. I was like, oh, there it is. I'm happy to go first.
By all means.
I have a special mention. My special mention goes to Romance on the Menu for the line, today's special is barbecue snags. And I heard that and I was like, ugh, are you going to advertise Bunnings as well? What?
Frankly, better movie if they did.
Yeah, Romance at Bunnings.
Ooh.
Much better film.
Yeah.
And if you had have said today's
Write
special
that
is...
shit down.
If you had have said today's special is barbecue snags at Bunnings, I would have thought you were quite witty. I wouldn't have rolled my eyes at all. I would have been like, oh, that's funny. This is the only thing that Bunnings sells. But no, it was at a cafe and it was there for no other purpose than to say, this is Australia, mate. But no, the award for me, I'm going to nominate the dolphin penis from Desperados.
Ah, yes.
Hard disagree here.
Hey!
Dolphin penis could be the most important thing. Haven't seen the film. 100% for the dolphin penis.
Yeah, so she's sitting on some kind of jetty, but it's like in the middle of the ocean. It's like you go out onto this jetty to get onto some kind of...
It's like a boardwalk type of thing.
Yeah, but it's they had to get a boat to get out there.
Yeah.
It was like when we rode that banana boat in the Philippines. It's like a jetty out in the middle of the
Yes,
ocean. I don't know how to describe it. No one else went to the Philippines with us, so...
There was no dolphin penis there, unfortunately.
Sadly. But anyway, she's sitting on the edge, and then, hello, out of the water comes a dolphin, and oh my goodness, it slaps her in the face with its penis. And then that's it.
Hey, dolphins are sexual creatures.
So they are notorious for that sort of behavior. The fact that you guys didn't experience it, that's a rarity, to be fair.
But yeah, it did make me roll my eyes. I kind of felt the cheap laughs. But then I shouldn't call the laughs cheap, because I know that that's some people's humour. Some people love a dolphin penis.
In more ways than one.
Whoa, don't go pointing fingers at me here. I'm not saying they're funny, I'm saying they're important. And it's important that we let the people know what is out there. And what is out there? Abundance of dolphin penis. So my biggest eye roll award, I really wanted to say the fact that I sat through the entirety of Vampire vs. the Bronx and Zoe Saldana just didn't come back.
Oh.
And I was like, ugh, what was even the point? But I'm going to spoil this. This is a massive spoiler for everybody who cares about Tremors 7 Shrieker Island.
Oh.
Skip ahead, guys. Skip quickly if you don't want to get the ending of Tremors 7 Shrieker Island spoiled for you.
How far approximately? 30 seconds? 1 minute?
I don't know. I might go a bit.
Okay.
But the ending is that Bert Gummer and Napoleon Dynamite,
Yes.
they realize that the giant queen graboid is chasing after him because this graboid is so super smart that it can tell that Bert Gummer is the alpha male that she has to take down.
Yes.
So they go and they lead her up by walking up a massive mountain, which, by the way, she's apparently following them the whole time. You have to understand these things. They are very smart. They plan. They strategize. It followed them up a mountain.
Yes.
They get to the top of the mountain, and then they pretty much go, what are we going to do now? And it's like, well, let's just do the ending of the first movie. You remember when Val and Earl threw the dynamite and it scared the graboid because they weren't gonna eat the dynamite anymore, so we had to throw it would create explosion. That's too loud for them, but they're going straight towards me, so they'd go off the mountain. Smart idea. Except they don't just... So first off, they just say, we're going to do the thing from the first movie, but they don't have any dynamite. So it's just they're going to run and then jump out of the way. Except they don't jump out of the way. Burt Gummer pushes Napoleon Dynamite. The Queen Graboid jumps out, grabs him on the edge of the cliff, and then falls off. Burt Gummer dies. 7 movies in. Technically, one of the movies had nothing to do with Burt Gummer. It was the same actor, but it was like his ancestor. Whatever. Burt Gummer's finally died, and he sacrificed himself by saying, hey, what about that first movie? Wasn't that first movie great? It was just so stupid, and it wasn't even as smart as what Val did in the first movie. Oh!
I hear the frustration.
And then they followed that up by a clip show of just all the best Burt Gummer moments, including Hiram Gummer from the 4th movie, just in slow motion, but it's not real slow motion.
With, like, grayscale?
I don't think it was grayscale, but I noticed that they specifically put motion blending on this, because it wasn't originally shot at 48 frames per second, so they're artificially creating... So there's a lot of artifacting between the frames. So if there's like fast movement, you can see it going with. It's just so poorly done. For Burt Gummer's death, the guy who has made this series what it is.
I am willing to concede on the dolphin penis and give this win to Shrieker Island. Tremors. Shrieker Island.
There we go.
It is all yours.
As long as they advertise for the first one.
And you know what? This may be the only award that Tremors Shrieker Island wins. So that's exciting.
Hey.
Yeah, it's possible.
Alright, next one. The Greatest Letdown Award. Plenty there.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty there.
Yeah. I've got a special mention.
Of course.
Do you have a special mention?
I have a few.
Oh, okay. Let's say our special mentions first, hey?
Okay.
My special mention is Mr. Mistopheles.
Yeah, no, fair. I get that.
So, for those of you who don't know, I have a brief theatre background and grew up watching Cats, and Mr. Mistopheles is actually one of the most fun parts of Cats the musical, in my opinion. Like, if you're going to watch it, Mr. Mistopheles is fun. He's upbeat. And Cats the movie made Mr. Mistopheles into this really sad, like, not confident at all, somewhat depressed cat. And I was like, why? Mr. Mistopheles is so fun. It was a letdown.
It was the fact that they were just trying to put in as many character arcs that aren't there artificially, and that sacrifice was Mr. Mistopheles. The magical Mr. Mistopheles.
Exactly. I just feel like there are so many things about the musical, and the movie was like, let's try so hard to be different that we're going to throw out everything, including the stuff that's good.
Okay.
Fair
What
enough.
about you? Special mentions?
So I've got 3 special mentions.
Oh, I'm ready.
First one, no wham rap. Never gonna
Yeah.
let go of that. She didn't like to work. She wanted to play. That's the lyrics of wham rap. Just do it, guys.
Maybe she lived a wham rap.
Bro, you just blew my mind.
Oh.
Last Christmas, best movie. Second one, Babysitter 2. That movie was so just bland and upsetting to me, especially with the first one. It was a good year for Brian Duffield. He had a bunch of really good movies come out. Some not so much. I still haven't watched Love and Monsters. I'll get there. My other mention is also from Cats.
Hey.
But I feel like it's both more personal and less personal. It's got less history. It's the fact that
Skimbleshanks.
No. What's the railway cat's name?
Yeah, Skimbleshanks the railway cat.
Skimbleshanks the railway cat didn't win. Because everyone else, they rocked up on time. But he was so clearly the winner. Because he rocked up, everyone instantly knew who he was. Before he even entered, they were like, this is the guy. He burst out in song. They traveled dimensions to sing that song with him. They were like, hell yeah. He's the railway cat. I don't even know what a railway cat is, but apparently he is one. And then, like, they're like, oh no, let's give it to the sad lady. No! he brought the showmanship.
Yes.
He brought everyone with him.
And he bought the best pair of overalls I have ever seen in my life.
That alone means he should have won. But that's not much of a letdown for my big letdown. Katie, I'll let you go first.
Okay. My greatest letdown, and this is going to sound so random.
Please say Cats. Please say Cats.
No, actually, Cats has not won a single award from my perspective. Cats got a lot of special mentions for me, but no wins. But no,
Wow,
this one...
even here, Cats can't win anything.
Yeah, no. This one is from The New Mutants,
yeah.
which I'm sure you didn't expect, but
The whole thing was a disappointment.
Was it the 5-year wait?
Yeah, that was a bit of a letdown. But no, the biggest letdown for me was there is one point in the movie, in the middle, these are people with special powers, and basically they are in a facility that is run by one person. That person is the doctor, the psychologist, the guard, she makes the shield, she literally does everything. Like, I actually don't know how it's physically possible for her to do everything. But basically, the whole place functions because of her, and at one point they drug her. Okay, so they drug her... She is unconscious, and they know they're in a prison, and they know that the only
I see where you're
thing
going.
operating the prison is her. But when they drug her, rather than trying to escape or rising up or doing something, they decide to commandeer some wheelchairs and play some tambourines loudly and obnoxiously.
Oh, I need to see this movie now. What?
Hey,
It's-
and do they play Spin the Bottle?
They do, but it was the tambourines that got me. I was like, this is your chance. You know you're in prison. This is your chance to escape. But no, we're just going to hang out, play the tambourine, roll up and down the hallways in wheelchairs, and throw popcorn into each other's mouths. And that is just as satisfying.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, enough that.
such a letdown. Come on. Anyway, sorry. I probably was too shouty there. Oh,
Did you hear me at Tremors? Look, I feel like mine is a bit stale because I've already brought this up. But Zoe Saldana at the start of Vampires for the Bronx, because like I knew nothing about Vampires vs the Bronx.
Yeah.
The trailer came out, I heard the title and heard the idea. I was like, that is genius. And then every moment of the movie, except for Zoe Saldana's scene, was disappointing until I realized Zoe Saldana's not coming back.
Oh.
You open the movie with Zoe Saldana and then she never comes back? Like, I don't care if they completely fumbled the social commentary of vampires and gentrification. It writes itself, but somehow they managed to bungle that. But you give me Zoe Saldana and go, oh, now she's bitten by a vampire. What does that mean? Nothing. It means she's gone. There is a poster of her and they go, hey, she's gone. And that's it. Ah.
They couldn't afford her.
No, I'm pretty sure she was just in, because like she's in the opening credits. So I'm pretty sure it was just, this is the one star they had. That and the rapper, whose name I don't remember. He was in something else we watched recently. I can't remember. I'm just going to think of this rapper's name while Kevin tells us who won.
Look, I'm more impressed with your the railway cat ramble there. But look, I too was disappointed with the New Mutants. Not just that scene, but the whole thing. I was disappointed in myself that I went into the cinema to watch it. And I'm a big X-Men guy. You know that.
yes.
So you get this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the New Mutants.
I don't blame you at all. I haven't seen it yet, if just because...
Look, if you're stuck with the railway cat, ooh, baby. That's good debating with the railway cat. Anywho, next one.
Method Man. Method Man is the
Method Man's
second...
in that movie?
Yeah, he's the second biggest person next to Zoe Saldana.
That's a big leap. Anyway.
Method Man isn't a lot more of the movie. He's
Oh,
a priest.
Anywho, next one. Basically halfway. The This Isn't As Bad As It Seemed award.
I'm gonna let you finish.
And he didn't even start.
Rusty, unhinged. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair
Ooh.
call.
No argument needed.
Yeah, no, look, we saw the trailer and I looked at it and I was like, this is gonna be so bad. And then I went in to watch it and it was surprisingly plot-filled and not at all like the trailer. I mean, is it a good film?
Yes.
Eh.
Oh.
I would say, like, you know, I would rate it above 50%, like, but I was expecting it to be hideously bad, laugh in your seat out loud, because it's so bad, and it wasn't. It was actually, you know, it was okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I did. But who the hell was expecting Sonic the Hedgehog to be any amount of good?
Yes.
Once again, would I say it's a good film? But compared to what I was expecting, I thoroughly enjoyed the
hands?
fact that... yeah, oh god, those human hands. I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that I left Chanel asleep to sneak out to watch it at a midnight screening.
Midnight screaming.
And I was
was
like, is he
important.
dead? He basically is.
Oh my god, you're wearing your Sonic the
Oh,
Hedgehog
he is?
shirt.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, give it to him.
I came prepared for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Question though.
Yes.
We brought this up before we started recording, but I didn't actually ask you this question. We both went and saw Fat Man recently. If Fat Man was in our first 100 reviews, would Fat Man win?
Hands
Absolutely.
Down.
Oh,
Yes.
Hands down.
I wanted to interrupt you during your Rusky rant going, but Mel Gibson and Fat Man is all of these things.
Mel Gibson as a badass Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, watching even the trailer, I was like, this is going to be hilarious. But it hit me in ways I wasn't expecting.
100%.
And surprisingly plot
And it
filled.
taught accountability to children.
And you know what? Unhinged, as much as I kind of went, wow, this is better than I expected, it didn't make my list to end up on my DVD shelves. Fat Man
Lies.
did.
Gotta get Unhinged there. Alright. This is a toughie because I like Unhinged. You know, fat Rusty, angry in a car. Ooh, baby. It's like, might as well give him a telephone to throw. And, you know, and seeing Charnstar's passion, wearing the shirt,
I'm really not that passionate about Sonic.
sneaking away, leaving his wife behind in the middle of the night, not caring what she would think. Can I give a tie?
Ooh, do the Oscars give ties? We're better than the Oscars. Give a tie.
Yeah. You never think Sonic and Unhinged will be a tie. But on the...
In the same category too.
Basically the same
Yeah,
movie.
we're changing the game here, baby. Look, just another note. I'm gonna name Rusty the worst antagonist
Why?
because he made someone else in that movie look like the worst antagonist. If that makes sense.
You're talking about the
lady.
mom.
Yeah.
The lady
She
who's
was
driving.
just a shit driver.
Yeah, she was.
It's like, look, he went a bit overboard, but some of the things she probably deserved.
he went a lot overboard.
Oh, yeah, he did.
But
Okay, alright.
she was not in the trailer. It makes her out to be this like innocent mum,
She's
just
not that innocent.
just doing the carpool.
She's
I'm
like
a
Britney
lovely
Spears.
lady.
Not that innocent.
She. Wow, you're really throwing out the accusations at celebrities.
As if they're.
I
listening
made
to
one
this.
casual allusion to Kanye, and all of a sudden the floodgates are open.
All right. It's a
But
tie.
spoiler alert for the end of Unhinged. The son and the mum, they're quite hard to, you know, Rusty I think is the best part of that movie. There's this moment at the end where mum actually stops at a stop sign and the son says,
Good job, Mum.
"Good choice, mum. Good choice."
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Oh, I need to see this movie
Yep.
so much more.
Yep.
and I saw that and I was like, "Ugh, why?"
I have been waiting for it to just hit streaming so I can watch it, but, you know, I'm feeling I gotta rent this.
It is
baby.
honestly just like a big advertisement for safe driving. It is a
It works.
It is a road
Yeah.
safety campaign.
I haven't beat my horn since.
Yep, that finishes with a small child saying, "Good choice, mum. Good choice."
Next one. The Best Moment Award.
If I don't win this,
Oh,
it's rigged.
Alright.
See, this was the easiest answer possible for me, but I'll let you go first.
Do you have any special mentions?
Not at all.
I have one. My special mention goes to Blackwater Abyss, an Australian film about crocodiles.
Oh, yes.
There is one particular moment at the end of the film where there is this long shot, and essentially what it is they've, spoiler, they've crashed their car, it's in the water, the crocodile is also in the water, and there's this long shot where both the car and the crocodile are stationary in the water, facing each other.
Yeah, it's a game of chicken.
It is the best game of chicken I have ever seen in my life.
Awesome.
You can only imagine who came out on top.
The chicken.
But yes, my actual nomination for this award
Here we go.
easily
Ooh.
goes to Extraction. The moment,
Oh, I know the moment you're talking.
the moment when Chris Hemsworth slaps them kids in the face. So good. Just,
Child abuse. Love it.
I'm not for child abuse, but these kids, they wanted to do damage. They
What
were
was
like
his
trying
line?
to kill him. It was piss off and a slap in the face.
Ah, the
Perfect.
most Aussie thing ever. Oh my god, is this a sequel to The Slap?
Yeah.
You guys know about The Slap,
I've
right?
heard about The
The
Slap.
TV show.
Yeah.
I think it's based on a true story about how they're like at a barbecue or whatever, and this little kid's annoying a random adult and the random adult
yes.
slaps him, and all the adults are like, oh my god, and he goes to court because he slaps a kid. Sounds like this is a sequel we always wanted.
Yeah. Except in this movie, the kid was trying to murder him.
I mean, the kid was pretty annoying in the slap. I'd slap him as well.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So my best moment was easily hands down. Like, I didn't even have to think. I saw best moment, I was like, oh, it's a little more cerebral than yours. It's specifically the moment where I didn't have to review Cuties and you did.
Oh.
We weren't meta here.
Yeah. I as soon as that happened, I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Did not want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, it's funny. Cuties was... And I told some people that I watched it, and they were like, why did you do that? And I was like, because I write reviews. I like to hurt myself.
Not tragedies.
Cuties had a message. It was important. And before I go any further, I just want to point out I am not pro slapping children. However...
On that note, you win this one. Charnstar wins a personal award there because he didn't have to review that movie.
Yes.
But in the category of this, award show, who doesn't like Chris Hemsworth slapping people?
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I will say, personally, I use Cuties as an example in my class of death of the author versus authorial intent. Because that's very much an example of people taking one thing, the author meaning another thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You could see, when I was watching that film, I could totally understand the polarizing opinions that were coming from it. Because if you were like, oh, wow, a fun dance movie, I'm going to go watch it, then Cuties is going to slap you in the face in a really hard way, and you are not going to enjoy it at all. But if you go in looking for the director's message, if you go in looking to really critically analyze, because nothing is explicit, it's all really subtle, and you've got to read between the lines, then you're going to enjoy it.
Are you saying you enjoyed it, Katie?
No, I definitely didn't enjoy
You're disgusting. And this is why I didn't review it.
On that note,
enjoy it is the wrong
kid
word.
slapping lover.
Appreciated.
Kids slapping enthusiast. Next award,
Yep.
the craziest WTF moment award.
I have a special mention.
I don't. This was another...
Oh, straight to the point.
Again, from Blackwater Abyss, there is a moment where one of the characters, actually my favourite character, the character that I wanted most to live, is mauled by a crocodile. Mauled? Crocodiles don't really maul, but in this movie they death roll. Sometimes they death rolled in this movie, and other times they just had a chomp. It was, it was a thing.
Cool.
But anyway,
Free tasting, baby.
this guy, his guts are... He's had some chomps. He's had some chomps on the guts. He is bleeding out. It is aggressive. And he's lying there, pale as all hell, on death's doorstep. And the protagonist, the female protagonist, leans in and said, "Don't worry, those painkillers should kick in soon." And my thought was, did you just give that guy some Panadol?
Yeah, she did.
For a...
2 Panadols.
Oh, yeah, you're going way out.
For a crocodile mauling. Like, is that... And are you
She
now...
wants to just slap a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah. Oh, you'll feel better soon. Anyway, yeah. So special mention goes to that moment. But the craziest WTF moment award for me. Oh no, I have one more special mention.
Oh Lord.
Sorry, I forgot this one. I came back to it later. I wrote it in really small font. The menstrual cups.
Oh, how did I forget about the importance of the menstrual cup?
Oh my god.
This is from Black Christmas.
Yes.
And there is a moment in Black Christmas where one girl says to another girl, I don't know the exact dialogue, so I'm definitely going to butcher this thing, but essentially the conversation is, I got my period. Can I borrow your menstrual cup? And then the other girl is like, appears I've lost it. And she genuinely has lost it. Like, when this first comes up, I'm like, I would say that too if one of my good friends asked to borrow my menstrual cup, because that's icky. I don't want to...
The dishwasher is sterile. It's fine.
WTF, man.
Yeah.
People don't borrow each other's menstrual cups. That is my life advice.
It's not the moment after when she gets a menstrual cup, throws at it, which, by the way, menstrual cups are like, what, $60?
Yeah,
They're quite expensive.
They are expensive.
And she throws it and she's like, great, thanks. jeans and all, as someone who's currently wearing jeans, I can guarantee I can't do this.
Oh,
And
that's right.
the
She
only
has
reason why I can't
she
do
does
this.
have a brand new one. That's
Yes.
right.
And then she just jeans on, hands down,
Look.
menstrual cup in.
She puts it in. Yes. Oh my god. How did I forget that? For me, the WTF moment was that she asked for it, not that she put it on while wearing jeans on camera. Oh my
Are
god.
you sure this wasn't your argument?
It should have been, but it's not.
Oh.
I mean, it's now my... Like, you can have the fact that it's the borrowing of the menstrual cup. Mine is the putting it on with jeans. Because I can't.
No.
She must have very flexible jeans.
Yes. And hands. Anyway, I just did a gesture that you couldn't see.
We all
Anyway.
saw it. We're all disturbed.
Anywho, my main nomination goes to all them old people in the basement in A Fall from Grace. Which does not, like, yeah, I've just spoiled the ending, but it's okay
Oh,
because
no.
I'm fairly sure Rotten Tomatoes has rated this thing
Definitely less.
But if you watch A Fall from Grace, everything kind of happens. And then
Yeah,
at
it
the
does.
end, there's all these old people chained up in the basement. Like, where did they come from? They've been there for years.
And does it imply the fact that they've been all taken from this same town? Are they traveling with these old people?
A
I think
traveling
they're
circus.
traveling with
Yeah.
them. There's a lot of them, though. There's like 30.
Like, do they have a whole moving van filled with old people each time they move?
Yeah, because they specifically say that they've moved around
Yeah.
interstate and stuff. It's so...
It's more inconvenient for them.
If you're wondering about the purpose of the old people, they are taking their pensions. Like, this is a money-grabbing scheme where they kidnap old people, chain them up in the basement, and then steal their pensions.
And also, generally, they work high-class jobs, because the main lady works at a bank, and they end up stealing all
Yeah.
the money from the bank. And she gets fired. Not apparently arrested for stealing a bunch of money from the bank, but fired. It's, yeah, man, good times. Good times.
Yeah.
My craziest WTF moment, once again, a little more cerebral. It's the first thing that Cats might win. It's the fact that I watched the Cats musical after the movie, and I genuinely liked it.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I watched the movie and I was like, that's even worse than I was expecting. But then at the start of COVID, Cats musical was put on YouTube as a, I don't know, here you go. Yeah, it was a freebie. So I spent a night, sat down, watched the Cats on stage, and, you know, it was pretty good. I far prefer the music in the musical. Like, what's it called? Jason Derulo song.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, the Jason Derulo song sucked so much. I genuinely couldn't understand what he was saying. When I watched this version, I was like, oh, I get it. He's gay. Him and not Skimbleshank, sorry. Him and Mr. Mistopheles are definitely got a thing going together.
Yep.
Because they are so flirtatious during that musical. But, oh man, that movie, musical, great. Hell, just like 3 weeks ago, because I've been working a night shift. Sometimes I'm playing music while I'm working, just so I keep going. So I'm dancing around the office singing Cats.
Yep.
It's embarrassing.
Is it though? I play it in my car.
Yeah, you do.
Which,
And I got
Kevin
a...
is-
Kevin,
Enjoys
is
it.
it embarrassing?
I should have driven. So this award.
sometimes we pull up to the lights and the person behind us has their window down.
Oh,
is
I'll
playing
wind mine
something.
down and turn it up and like...
They've got
Yeah.
like Kanye going. We're playing Mr. Mistopheles.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
It's great.
This award goes to Charnstar. Not because of his argument, but just imagining him dancing to Cats on his lonesome is the craziest WTF moment of this year. So congratulations, pseudo Cats, Charnstar.
So we're still not giving an award to cats.
It's not going to give an award.
No.
It's definitely not.
Next one, the Them Feels Award. Them Feels. I mean, I have them feels because I feel sorry for Chanel that she might see Charnstar dance around like a cat.
No, don't worry. It's when I'm working at night. She's definitely asleep. I
He didn't
wouldn't put her to that.
As long as he dances like Jason Derulo, we are G.
He didn't say he dances like a cat.
I
Saying-
didn't not say it either.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm happy for that.
I'm
to be in
reading between
people's
the
minds.
lines here, lady. All right, who's got the first one here?
Look, so I don't have a tie. I have two separate awards based on two separate feels.
Okay. I like it, I
all
like it.
All right.
So I'm going to start with my first one, which
Yeah.
is my sad feels. This one is a genuine spoiler.
Yeah.
for spontaneous.
Okay.
Ears shut, everyone. Skip ahead 30 seconds. I feel like Chanel's going to know the moment I'm talking about because it guts you when it happens. For those who don't know, Spontaneous is about a bunch of kids. It's like a cancer... What is it? A teen cancer romance novel, but instead of cancer, it's that random kids are exploding just into guises of blood.
It's like that South Park episode.
There's a South Park episode like that?
Spontaneous combustion. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So it's a pretty fun movie, you know. Every time it happens, you can kind of like see it's about to happen. The way it's like building the tension, it happens, and you're like, "Ooh!" And then at one moment, it's when you least expect it. It's when, "Oh, we've given you a cure for it. Don't worry. In fact, let's try it now." Blah blah blah. And he starts like putting the tension on this kid, and this kid explodes. Everyone freaks the hell out. The girl ends up getting lost. She can't find the main guy who she's now in love with. They finally find each other. Everything's calm. And then the screen goes red.
Oh,
and
baby.
The moment that happens, you know exactly what's happened. And the rest of the movie, less fun. Very sad. The girl is now dealing with, like, the girl is, like, instantly an alcoholic. I'm pretty sure the very next scene is her making a margarita that is, like, all vodka. But yeah, it like, the entire time, you kind of feel like maybe one of them will die, but it's all too nice. This is halfway through the movie. You were not expecting it to happen so early in the movie.
Ooh,
and
up.
Oh, whoa. Sad feels.
What
Do you want
about-
to say your other feels?
The other feels.
Yeah, sure. My happy feels is Klaus.
Oh, yeah.
Klaus is a good happy time.
Love it.
You have this, you know, who played the characters? Is it Jason Schwartzman? I think it's Jason
Yeah.
Schwartzman. He's all like, no, I'm an uptight and I'm spoilt and stuff, and then he gets stuck in this town, then Santa's all like, brr, 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 and then they bring Santa together. It's just a happy time at the end. It's
Nice.
like, I can't even explain all the things that happen that make it so happy, but at the end of the movie, you just feel good. You start off, you watch Spontaneous, you feel miserable with your life, and then you watch Klaus, and you're like, maybe life is good.
Mine is a happy medium between the two.
Ah.
Because mine is Taika Waititi.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah, okay.
cannot go past some Taika Waititi for the feels. And I
Fair.
know, you know what? People may think I'm an idiot, but whenever I watch one of his films, I know that they're comedies. Like, they are comedies.
She
They
never
are,
watches them again.
they are laced with jokes, but there's always some way where they get me. Like, they just get me.
Stop
Even I know. Even Boy. Well, like, I watched Boy with Kevin, and Kevin was like, "Ha, this is so funny."
He
And at
dances
the
like
end,
Michael Jackson. Hey.
at the end, I started just like crying. I was like, "Oh my goodness." I'm pretty sure I'm a weirdo. Anyway,
Have you seen Eagle vs. Shark?
Not
I
yet.
have not.
Oh.
Not yet.
is it good?
Yeah.
Does it have feels?
It's got feels.
Yeah, so I'm nominating Jojo Rabbit for the feels. There are happy feels. There are sad feels. It's all the feels. It's
Lots
Taika.
of feels. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Taika. You get it.
Yeah,
I
not
reckon
fair.
he was biased on that one.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I feel like he also saw that movie and he didn't experience the feels.
But I think if I'd seen yours, I would know exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
I like those types of movies that just mess you up.
Yeah. And it's so funny up until that point. Like, every time a kid dies, like, everyone freaks out, but it's still kind of funny because the way it happens is generally quite comedic.
Yeah.
Because it's
I
just
can
like,
just imagine it.
but yeah, that moment, screen just goes red. You don't even see it. And you're just like, oh no. Because it's from the first person point of view. It starts jumping between there
Oh.
as they look at each other. And
Oh. It's even. Oh.
The trauma.
That's very
the trauma
close
is
then.
real.
Next one. The Aussie Film Award.
I'm trying to think what Aussie films you reviewed this year.
I've actually reviewed quite a few.
Oh, good.
I've
Oh.
seen Romance on the Menu.
That was the only one I could remember.
Blackwater Abyss.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Brazen Hussies.
I've got friends
Oh,
who worked
yeah.
on Blackwater Abyss. She said she can't watch the movie because she remembers how crazy it was making it.
Yeah, well, someone actually commented on our Facebook page saying that the final product, I wish I remembered this person's name so I could give them a shout out. Shout out to you! The final product turned out to be very different to
Oh.
what they thought it was going to be, so that's
They
interesting.
had sharks instead of crocodiles.
Yeah.
Surprise.
So
Alright.
I'm going to nominate Brazen Hussies, which technically is a documentary, but I saw
Did
this
not know
one-
that was Australian.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
cool.
I saw this one really recently, and it just kind of opened my eyes, you know, to how much I don't know about my country, but also about my privilege. Like, I think that I suppose it's very, very naive of me, but looking back at my understanding of like feminism and the feminist movement, I kind of thought, oh yes, the right to vote, the suffragettes, the end, you know, it's, we got there.
Sexism's over.
Yay. I understand that sexism is alive and real, but I had no concept of, this film opens with, and I wrote about this in my review, so if you've read my review, I apologise, but it opens by telling the story of Merle Thornton and Rosalie Bogner, who chained themselves to the Regatta Hotel in 1965 to protest the fact that women weren't allowed to drink in pubs. And women weren't allowed to drink in pubs in Brisbane until 1970. And so for me...
Can you imagine if you were born?
Well, my mum was born in 1969. So the year my mum was born, man walked on the moon and women couldn't set foot in a pub.
That's wild.
And that stings. And I had no idea. And I was kind of angry at myself. But then, yeah, this film really opened my eyes. And, you know, a credit to the director, Catherine... I forget her last name.
Yeah, it was a good Q&A when we saw that too. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I mean...
Uh-oh.
I was like, I've got this one in the bag because I didn't watch, Romance on the Menu. No, I think mine was obvious. It was going to be Two Heads Creek. It was always going to be Two Heads Creek.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still upset that I didn't get a chance to work on it, but boy, oh man, I'm glad I got to experience it firsthand in cinemas. It was so fun. And I'm sorry, but if you have a musical skyhook scene in your movie, you're already the best.
The end.
Yeah,
Roll
horror
the
movie,
credits.
done.
Technically, this was about movies, not documentaries. It's Catherine Dwyer, by the way. Good job, Catherine Dwyer.
Movies are a documentary, and I think,
Yeah.
maybe you deserve it, whatever.
The real winner is the Australian film industry. Creating history and entertainment. What a cop-out award.
I do like that most of the Aussie films that we watch, though, are kind of small
pretty good.
budget
Yeah.
indie pieces.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, the first big budget one I'm planning on seeing is the Simon Baker one, High Ground, which is
Oh, yeah.
coming out next
Yeah, it
year.
looks
That'll
good.
be good.
That's the Star Wars prequel, right? Where it's like, I've got the high ground.
That's what I said when I saw the trailer.
Hey!
Alright, next one. The Best Scare Award.
His house.
Ah, see, I haven't seen his house. Well, to be fair, we haven't seen his house because Chanel's too scared. Don't blame her.
It is
Kind of glad.
terrifying.
Don't tell her that. We're gonna what?
It's fun!
Thanks, Kevin.
Sorry, but I have to drive my point home. No, I actually thought, because we've seen so many horror films over the past however long. We've seen Black Christmas. We've seen that one about phones.
Phones?
Yeah, you know, the app on the phone.
Yes.
Oh, right.
you
I
know.
forgot about Countdown. Good times.
Countdown. We've seen
Invisible Man.
Invisible Man. Invisible Man was quite good, but I kind of had gotten to the point where I was like, nah, I don't think scary movies scare me anymore. And then I
Oh, not
watched
this one.
and then I watched His House, and I was terrified. But yeah, anyway, I'm actually not going to spoil this one for anyone. I won't give away any information because it will ruin it for you. But
It's also very new. It's still just on Netflix, what, a month or two ago?
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you like a scary film, I would recommend you watch this one because it's quite. I will say that the plot is intricate.
It is.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll go for the second best horror movie that we watched, which was The Invisible Man! It was a fun, good time.
It was.
I'm specifically going for the dog bowl. I don't know if you remember, the fact that they built up the tension so much at that start of just her sneaking out. The moment she kicked the dog bowl.
Oh my god, yes!
Like, in any other movie, that's just like a dumb jump scare.
Yeah.
But that's a jump scare with consequences. And I was genuinely terrified at that moment. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, damn, this is tense.
Yeah, and it got you in the feels straight away.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Charnstar here. Look, I loved His House. I loved it. I wasn't scared as you.
I was very
That's a
scared.
good sign. That's a good sign, Chanel. Not everyone is scared. Not that scary. We can watch
But-
this.
I remember that moment that Charnstar was talking about, and I just shit myself. Sorry, Event Cinemas. Sorry. Next one.
Moving on swiftly.
The Most Impressive Sequel Award. Ooh, interesting.
I'm undecided on this one.
Ooh, I'm so decided. Mine was
All right, you
not
go
even
first.
a question. Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Oh.
It had absolutely no right to be as good as it was. No one cared. And then this movie dropped, and it's when it dropped, how it dropped, and the way that movie hit me was like, oh, damn. This is a genuinely good film, and it's not just a genuinely good sequel.
Yeah.
It's a good film by itself. Chanel and I watched through the first two beforehand, because, like, the first two are fun films.
Yeah.
I
for
don't
sure.
think they are amazing, but they're both really fun times to just put on and enjoy. This one takes it to the next level, where it's not just a good fun time. It's a good fun time that'll make you think and just hit you in the feels. And also, what's it called? Australian actress in it. Samara Weaving. Samara Weaving's in it.
Yes.
And she's real good.
Look, I don't think mine is going to be as good as that. Because I actually haven't reviewed that many sequels. That is the one kind of...
Just
dip
give in and give it to
my-
Tremor 7, Shrieker's Island.
Yeah, so these next two awards were really, really hard for me to decide. For the most impressive sequel award, it was a toss-up for me between Peninsula, which is the sequel
Oh, yeah.
to Train to
Yes.
Busan,
Cool.
and Zombieland Double Tap, which is the
Oh,
sequel
yes.
to Zombieland. I would lean towards Peninsula, but I would say these are two films that
Are sequels that you watched.
they are sequels that I watched. They are sequels that are not as good as the films that they are following, but they are still, But yeah, Peninsula I quite enjoyed.
I haven't seen Peninsula, but I've seen Zombieland Double Tap, and yeah, not Zombieland Double Tap.
Okay. Well, then I'll roll with Peninsula. The difference between Peninsula and Train to Busan, though, is that they are very...
It changed the genres, really.
Yeah, they're
Oh, okay.
very different zombie films.
Like
they
in the same world, which was
Right.
kind of a nice thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you could replicate Train to Busan.
Nah.
Yeah.
If you did the same story again, people would get bored of it. So Peninsula is a very different story, and I don't
Now it's
think
on a plane.
Yeah.
Plane to... can't think of anywhere else but Busan.
Yeah. So it's definitely not as good as Train to Busan, but it is worth a watch.
Oh, yeah. Keanu Reeves. Let's move on.
Yeah. Which I do want to say that Alex Winter is a director now. He actually directs quite a few things. He directed something recently that surprised me. Anyway, Alex Winter got back into acting, and he took acting lessons to get back into it just for this movie. This movie meant a lot to a lot of people, and it's weird because, like, who cared about having a third Bill and Ted, really?
Yep.
Like, when they announced it, I was like, yeah, that's dumb, but sure. Phew, nah.
Totally.
Honestly, my favorite Bill and Ted film.
That's a huge
There
achievement.
you go. That's what it won. Not just Keanu Reeves. Next one. The worst sequel award.
I'm just going to go first because, again, I haven't written about that many sequels. So the worst sequel that I've written about is Frozen 2, which still isn't a bad film. Like, I would say it's a 60%er. It's a C+. It's like, yeah, this exists. This is a pass, but it's nowhere near as good as Frozen.
Yeah.
However, I just have a gut feeling that it's not the worst sequel we've reviewed. And so, without having seen it, I'm going to place all my money on The Christmas Prince, The Royal Baby.
Oh, that was smart. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, it was a murder mystery at one point, or who done it? Sorry, because it wasn't a murder. It was who stole
the baby?
No, that's a better movie. No, they were trying to sign a peace treaty because it turns out these two kingdoms have always been at war, but there's this peace treaty that they always sign, and someone stole the peace treaty. So I don't know. Now they haven't signed the peace treaty; they're at war again. It's dumb.
Crazy.
Anyway, it was the butler. Spoiler alert, it was the butler. I'm sorry, Christmas. That was a good choice, to be fair.
Yeah.
I went for something more personal to me, which was The Babysitter 2.
Yes.
It's just because it took everything that worked in the first one and just screwed it.
Yeah.
Like, it simultaneously just did the same thing, but also changed everything so it was worse. And it's annoying because, and I'm sure it was just a joke, but in the original script of The Babysitter, which is one of the best scripts I've ever read, Brian Duffield, I'm a Duff fan, it ends with, and now for the first scene of The Babysitter 2. And it's about the babysitter. That's the main thing. This movie, the babysitter's gone, because, spoiler alert for the babysitter, she gets hit by the car at the end, you assume she's dead, they can't find her body. Classic horror movie stuff, they appear at the start of the next one. No, she doesn't appear at the start of the next one. She doesn't appear until the very end where it seems like they summon her, and it's like, wait, why did you call this the babysitter? She's only just coming back now. The thing that Brian Defeld set up was the fact that she is babysitting a bunch of kids and kind of doing these sort of messed up things. Whereas in this one, the babysitter has a deep and... oh my god, I just remembered what the plot twist was. It was that the other girl, who's the new romantic interest, was also sat by the babysitter, and the babysitter was trying to hook the two of them up from beyond the grave.
Oh, God.
God, what a stupid freaking movie. Sorry. I genuinely forgot that was like the whole revelation at the end. Oh.
I will concede defeat because, again, I just went in blind on a random sequel that I did not see.
Accepted, because I'm not even going to give any awards to any royal Christmas movies.
Oh no! Well, warning for the most inconceivable good film award.
Oh no! All right, the most coveted one in this first annual awards.
It's not quite annual, is it? It's been like 15 months, 16
Well,
months. We're bringing up some films from 2019.
That's true.
But if we write at least one review each per week for the next year, if we skip like a few, we'll be fine. We'll get 50. That's 100.
Yeah, we will beat the Oscars once again.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, the most important one. The most inconceivably good film award.
Sadly.
Oh.
Sadly.
Oh no.
The Oscars beat me to this one.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I went with 1917.
Ah, cool.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
There's not much more I can say about it. The camera work is like a dance. Like
Cool.
It's just so well choreographed. I just loved it.
Sweet.
That's a bit
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, cut it here.
Hopefully Charnstar has something better.
Boy, do I. Because I feel like you didn't lean into the word conceivable enough. So for me, the most inconceivably good film award was almost a tie.
Uh-huh.
But I did decide that one was better than the other.
Okay.
They're both films that I was like, ha ha ha, this will be a funny time. And they most genuinely were. My runner-up is, of course, Vampire Dad. A film that was advertised to me on YouTube and I didn't press skip. One of the few times I haven't pressed skip. Glad I didn't press skip. It was only available to rent off of YouTube. I paid that $3.99. Well worth it.
The extender.
Hilarious good time. But it was not as good as the number one most inconceivably good film award, which is Santa Girl. The film that brought Brad from Rocky Horror to be Business Santa. And Business Santa...
he's taking it back, baby!
Apparently he has a daughter who needs to go to college, but not about business, because business runs in the blood, because he needs to have his daughter marry Jack Frost's son for business reasons, just like a royal family, but business, so it's not royal. And then... But little did she know that it turns out the guy who is hitting on her at college is Jack Frost's son. But there's also... Twist! But there's also the other guy who's like a loser guitar player who's kind of a loser.
Is he the same guitar player from Christmas Prince?
No, this guy's got more mop hair. And yeah, and then Business Santa is like, oh no, I need to get this guy back to my daughter because this guy is the guy. So they get just a 2D image of the car that says ho 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 on the back that can fly, and it just scales away on the screen. Just make it smaller, rotate it a bit to make it look like it's flying. Mwah, mwah, perfect movie. Like genuinely best film.
Oh man. Yeah, you get that one.
Yeah, 1970.
Katie's wasn't original, even though I love 1917. But you sold Santa Girl to me, my sir.
I mean, I'm so glad it was Business Santa and not Royal Santa. Otherwise, I wouldn't have won. But thank God they went with Business Santa.
Business Santa looks like Business Santa too. Like
Yeah.
when you look at the images, he's got a beard, but it's more of a business beard.
Yeah, not like financially crippled Santa from Fat Man.
No, this guy, he's rolling in it, and he's like, yep. But they're both business Santas, which,
They...
like, to be fair, I think if Fat Man was included, Fat Man probably would be number one. It would have
Yeah,
just been
look-
out just because, similar
Oh, spoiler
themes.
for the next year's one.
Oh.
Well, we've got another 11 or 12 months.
Yeah.
Fat Man could be pushed to the wayside.
I got 2 impromptu awards here.
Oh my gosh.
I thought Katie was going to pull the impromptu awards. Now I got to bring up the list and just scroll through.
First one is free advertising award goes to Cats.
Oh. No.
The real winner here is Cats.
It may not
Because-
have won, but it got a lot of free
Hey, look,
advertising.
it caught our attention.
Oh, right, you're saying I thought you were saying the product placement award.
No.
Ooh, what is the product placement
Yeah,
award,
alright.
Katie?
That would easily go to Ford versus Ferrari for that beautiful shot of the Coke.
Not the Fords, nor the Ferraris.
No,
The Coca-Cola.
that was the thing
Are you
that
sure it wasn't Pepsi?
No, it was Coke. I know. I have that picture is like ingrained in my brain, and the reason it stood out to me so much was because it looked like a shot from an ad, and they put it in this film about Fords and Ferraris. I'm sure, had they asked Dunlop, they could have gotten a Dunlop sponsorship for this film, but no, Coca-Cola.
I'm going to say it was Scoob, if just for... Oh, man, just for Simon Cowell. I don't know what he was selling, but he was trying to sell something, and I didn't like it. Why was he
His
there?
tight shirts. And my last award
Oh, yep.
is the... trying to name here. I'm trying to name this award.
Okay, all right. The suspense is killing me.
Suck on this, Margaret and David reviews.
Oh
because
my god.
these are the 2 best reviewers we've had in a long time with any movie reviews because, look, it's entertaining.
Are you complimenting us?
Yes,
That's
I am.
lovely.
I
Did
am.
we just
You
win
made
an award?
100 reviews. Yes, it's been a weird year. And, a lot of really shit movies. And yet you still review them, so well done to you guys.
We should have given you the Feels Award.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we take back whatever we gave the Fields Award to and
Yeah, absolutely.
to this moment right here?
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the feels.
there you go.
Thanks, Kevin.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, this is a beautiful ending.
This is much better than the anticlimax of 1917.
We had to redeem it. We had to take it back. Katie shat on it.
You just listened to a special episode of 10 Films I Hate About You. We will be back in a month or so with a fresh season.
Oh
Looking
no!
at-
No! I complimented you and everything.
We are going to be looking at 10 films from my DVD collection. I might even theme the season. Who knows? Kevin, you'll have to wait and see.
And Pop Academy ?
We will also be back with a season of One Season I Hate About You later this year. Whether it will be about Pup Academy or not is a whole other idea. There are other things we could look at. There are plenty of shows on Netflix, and also I have Gumby and HR Puff and stuff sitting on my shelves just waiting to be
I
watched.
take my compliments back.
Quickly, end the episode before he takes back anything else.
In the meantime, head to our website, www.inconceivablereviews.com. Check out our written reviews. You'll find plenty of information on there about the films that we've talked about and many, many more films. Like we said, we've hit 100. We've surpassed 100 now, actually, at the time that this podcast is being recorded, so you'll find plenty there to read about. Also, check out our podcasts. They are available on all kinds of podcasting platforms. You'll find them
Hope
on
so.
Apple, you'll find them on Stitcher, you'll find them on wherever you watch your podcasts.
Google. Are we
Yes,
on Google?
I think so.
Uh-oh.
I know. I'm a very poor producer sometimes. And check us out on our social pages. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. Give us all the feedback. Rate us, review us, like us, comment, all those things. Let us know if you agree or disagree about the awards that we've
And maybe
given
we'll
out.
put the category list on there somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely we will.
Wimp, wimp.